On This Week in 5, lockdown restrictions tightened in the north, Spanish holiday quarantine confusion, tech giants grilled, more job losses announced, and it's the end of the line for a childhood favourite. All that and more in just 5 minutes. Like, subscribe, share, etc. Let's get on with it. Johnson announced that he is postponing lockdown easing by 2 weeks, meaning that casinos and bowling alleys that were set to reopen yesterday have to remain shut for a further fortnight. Also affected are sporting events that were due to trial crowds. They've now been told that they can't, even though the first day of the Snooker World Championships had already started with a crowd of 300. Late on Thursday night, the government announced a tightening on lockdown rules in the Greater Manchester area via Twitter. Data shows that cases are starting to rise and that it's spread predominantly from visiting people's houses and gardens, which is now banned in the region. The announcement came just before Eid celebrations were due to begin, and it's the lack of notice that has really angered and upset most people. It's also very hard for this government to have any sort of authority on this after the Barnard Castle eye test affair with Cummings, which was trending again on social media. People haven't forgotten about this, and I hope they never do. It seems the government was slow to act at the start and now too quick to ease lockdown measures. This feels like they're panicking, and the constant changing of the rules is confusing for most, especially the ministers themselves, who are anything but clear on the issue. Earlier in the week, quarantine measures were brought into effect for anyone returning to the UK from Spain. The government announced that the 14-day self-quarantine measures were effective immediately. That announcement came just after Transport Secretary Grant Schapps had boarded his plane and flew off on his holiday to, yep, you guessed it, Spain. Why can't people just wait a little bit longer before going on holiday? Yes, we're all bored of lockdown, but unless it's essential travel, there's no rush. Whether those returning from Spain actually follow these rules is another matter altogether. Besides, if you need to get out and about, a trip to Barnard Castle is always permitted as long as you're struggling with your eyesight. With all of this confusion, it's perhaps no surprise that Number 10 are looking for a spokesperson. Yep, it's a brand new role that pays around 100k a year and would mean briefing the press on government policies, much like you see in the US, and look how successful that is. But as far as I knew, this is what MPs, ministers and the Prime Minister were elected to do. It's just another layer to hide behind for a PM who, don't forget, has previously hidden in a fridge from Piers Morgan. Imagine having to defend this government every day. It's an impossible job, so good luck to whoever gets it. You're going to need it. The government has decided to target obesity in one of its latest policy announcements. But taking obesity advice from Johnson is like taking parenting advice from Joseph Fritzl. Ex-Tory MP for Dover, Charlie Elfic, was found guilty of sexually assaulting 2 women. One count dated back to 2007 and 2 further counts in 2016 against a second woman, who he chased around the office chanting, "I'm a naughty Tory." Unsurprisingly, it's ended his 25-year marriage to the now Tory MP for Dover, Natalie Elfic. He's been released on bail and will be sentenced in September. More job losses have been announced this week by Boeing and TUI. Boeing have stopped production on their 747 fleet, meaning more cuts on top of the 16,000 already announced. TUI has also announced that it's to shut 166 stores in the UK. Joe Rogan, Elon Musk and Tesla are all relocating from California to Texas. Rogan claims it's for more freedom, and by more freedom he means less tax. 0 to be precise. This all comes after signing a $100 million deal with Spotify for his podcast. Nice. Tech giants Amazon, Google, Apple and Facebook have been grilled this week by US lawmakers. But what did we learn? Well, Facebook may have bought Instagram to take out the competition. Amazon may have used customer data from businesses selling on its platform to launch its own rival brand. And lawmakers in America don't know the difference between Facebook and Twitter. Yep, Zuckerberg was asked by a Republican why a Donald Trump Jr. tweet had been removed. Some grilling that was. Fills you with confidence, doesn't it? Wiley has been banned from Twitter, Facebook and Instagram for anti-Semitic comments. The UK grime artist has also been dropped by his management. It took Twitter 5 days to ban him, which many feel was too slow. Not much good comes of social media, does it? It brings out the worst in people, yet you feel you have to be on it. You can find us at This Week in 5. The BAFTAs took place Friday night with winners including The End of the Effing World, Staff Lets Flats and Race Across the World. The ceremony only took 90 minutes and was basically an A-list Zoom call. With less time for lovey-dovey acceptance speeches, hopefully the shorter format is something that will continue going forward. And finally, Argos catalogues are no more. A staple of my childhood and many others, the catalogue had all the latest toys and computer games and anything else you could wish for your birthday or Christmas. The company still has all the information online, but it's just not the same. Thanks for the memories. That's it for this week in 5. I'm not sure why I have to say this every week, but like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, click for notifications, blah, blah, blah. We're on socials too if you want to start trolling us at This Week in 5. Cheers, see you soon.